Welcome to Crazy Bowl TV. Thank you so very well for joining me for another edition of LFC Vybez. We appreciate you guys. Please share, subscribe, and like. Notification bell also for notification purposes. We appreciate you joining us. Today, we're just going to vibe on LFC. As you guys could tell, there's a little bit more smile in my face due to what happened yesterday at the Merseyside Derby. You know, it was a great match at Anfield. Anfield came alive. The players responded, and the manager had a great smile in his face. You could tell that he is relieved. It was great to see everybody involved show passion, show energy, which was something that we have lost for a very long time. So I was very pleased with our guys and our manager, because I also say that I saw some tactical changes. It wasn't the same thing of this press high line and get us caught up. They knew you could say he has figured out I would say finally figured it out, because he has beaten him a couple of times. He did not let Sean Dyche's tactics overcome him. He was prepared. Not that he's never been prepared, except this one, he showed that I can change also. Starting with the lineup. I mean, I was surprised with the midfield. We knew what the back line was going to be. We weren't sure if VVD was going to come straight in, but he kept faith in Gomez and Matip. And then, of course, our two faithful fullbacks, Alisson being in goal. The midfield's the power. You know, yes, we knew Henderson was going to be back. I told you that Fabinho would be back, but I was expecting Keita due to him being more mature. But he kept Bečić, and Stefan played oh man, we will talk more about him later. Yeah, I was surprised with that line, that midfield trio that he picked. The front three picked themselves because they are the fittest three that we have right now. The match itself, nothing sexy. I don't care about sexiness, because sexiness does not win you game. What I like about watching our boys play was they had energy and they had passion, and then to top it off with a little bit of icing on the cake, they had some nastiness in them. They were not going to allow Everton to come to Anfield and bully them, regardless of the situation or the circumstances that LFC is in right now. They came in and they played so well. The 4-3-3 as usual, nothing changed on that. Did we press high? Yes, we did. But one thing that I saw was the high line was not as high as usual, unless maybe we have the ball and we had more control of the ball, then yes, the line goes up. When we got caught on the counter-attack, Matip and Gomez was always in the right place, which allowed Gomez to be able to use his athleticism to cut him off, which I was very pleased with that, because those were the situation that got Konate and Virgil injured, because we press so high and we stay so high. Our fullback are all the way to the opposition 18 box, and it always gave us problems, because guess what? They also have speed. And when they hit us on the counter-attack, you got players like Virgil, who has been playing so many games. They are fatigued. Konate, which we know he has muscle injury prone, that also affected him. So I was very pleased that Klopp did not allow them to push all the way up. Now, in terms of the press was mostly in the middle. The midfielders, when the ball came to the middle, there was a high energy, intense press that that's why we missed from Gini, Henderson, Milner, or even when Keita is fit, or when Thiago came in. Back in the days, you know, the old good days. So they pressed really well in the midfield. They pressed as a team, and they made sure that they didn't just all press gung-ho. It was push him into a corner and then attack him. Do not let anybody open. Make sure that you are closer to anybody. When, let's say, Bečić decide to press on the left side, Henderson was making sure that no ball is coming through the middle to the other side. Fabinho was making sure that the back two were extremely covered. So I was very impressed with Fabinho. It looked like he got a little bit more bounce to his ounce. He was able to move around. He's not as fast as he used to be, but his movement was very good. And maybe because he had Bečić on him, who is very young, so he's an energetic player. And then Henderson is Henderson. You know, when he has that energy in him, he will give you 110%. So moving forward, I'm expecting not to see Henderson to be playing every single game. I think Klopp should give him every other game. You know, he's the captain, so he will play. But if you play him every single game and he's going to play like that, we're going to have issues. Now, our front three, one thing that I like is they did not just press for the sake of pressing. There was always a method to the madness. They were in sync with the midfielders, which is something that we haven't seen in a long time. That's when Mane and Salah and Bobby were at their peak. I'm going to give flowers to Nunes, who I think, played very well. The only thing is he didn't score a goal. I mean, the counterattack for the first goal was just ferocious. We haven't seen that since Mane was there. The cross that went to Salah, which it could have gone to Gakpo. Gakpo also sprint. Now people have seen how fast Gakpo is. We told you guys, say, give the guy some time. He just came to a different country, different league. Everybody keeps saying the EPL is the best league, is the hardest league, flat pace. A lot of players have to adjust. Just because he's not scoring goals does not mean, or because he's not as lightning quick as Mane does not mean he's not fast. He showed how quick he is, with and without the ball. Nunez worked his socks off. With Nunez, the good thing that I'm seeing with Nunez is when he gets an opportunity, you could see that he's starting to calm down, right? He's looking before he makes any decision. He's thinking way before any decision is made, right? The good thing is if he has 5 chances shot on goal, if he has 5 shots, 3 of them will be on goal. 2 might go somewhere, kill a bird or something like that. Most of the time, out of those 3 that went on goal, 2 of them is a very, very hard save for the goalie. It's basically the goalie doing what the goalie is supposed to, So it's coming. The goals will come. Eventually, he's going to be so calm where the game will slow down for him. Because right now, he's such in exciting mode that the game is going way too fast. So when he gets a chance, he's trying his hardest just to put a ball in the net. Eventually, the game will slow down for him. When the game slows down for him, he is going to be electrically dangerous because the boy is not like Haaland where everything is created for him and then he tap it in. Nothing wrong with that. Shoot, we wish we had Haaland. But the difference between him is he can create. He can go all the way back and create. You saw the counterattack. And that was not the only one he did. Salah, we haven't seen Salah play like this in a long time. And I was very impressed with him. He was dangerous. He had the midfield in control. He was shifting from right to left. I mean, the ball touching his feet was mostly sticking to his feet. His dribbling was much better. It looked like he had a long rest. It seems like he has, all the clouds has moved from his head and he's playing very well. I was very impressed and he helped out the right side in terms of defense. Gakpo, of course, my man scored the first goal for Liverpool. Gakpo, now everybody is starting to see that Gakpo is the apparent heir to Bobby because this boy can hold the ball. He doesn't lose the ball. He does not lose the ball often when he has it. He can control the ball and he has pace with the ball, which makes him very, very dangerous. That's probably between him and Bobby. Bobby has sauce. Bobby is saucy. That's the only thing that you could differentiate between him and Bobby. Bobby is the system. He is saucy, but he doesn't have pace like Gakpo. Eventually, I don't think Gakpo will ever be as saucy as Bobby, but he's going to be a whole different type of Bobby. And I think Klopp is going to basically put all his basket on trying to make him the next Bobby. My personal preference is maybe we should go get, what's his name? João Felix, because I'm pretty sure even though he signed a new contract, Atletico might want some money. I think if Liverpool has an opportunity, go get him because that guy will be perfect. Him and Gakpo in the middle, oh my goodness. Now the midfielders, the kid, Stefan, I don't want to overblown him, but this kid, you guys know how I feel about him. I've been bigging him up since preseason. This kid is special. And Klopp is taking his time with this one. And this kid is special. We're not going to overblown him. I know a lot of people, everybody wants some good news. So they hyping him up. We need it. But this kid is going to be something else. I'm telling you guys, Spain is going to have a serious midfield with him, Gavi, and Pedri. This is something special. He's not scared. He is able to control the midfield. He's still young, so you see those mistakes that you're like, why are you doing that? That eventually will go away. When he gets that maturity, you wait till next season where he has played enough because he's going to play a lot of games. From now to the end of the season, he's going to play a lot of games. He's going to mature and he's going to get better and better and better. He's only 19 years old, guys. I'm very excited to see him. And I told you guys, he is much better as an 8 than as a 6. That's my preference. When he plays an 8, he's way, way more energetic, way more adventurous because at the 6, he has to be careful. If he loses the ball right there, the ball is going straight into the goalie. So him playing an 8, he's more adventurous. He could go up and down, try something and express himself. Another person that deserves his flowers also is Trent. Trent was like a brick wall. We have not seen Trent like this since he first break through the Liverpool team. The Champions League winning season, the Premier League winning season, the year before the first Champions League final, that year when he break through the team, he was solid. Everything was very well planned. There's only one time where he got beat on that side, which I think he still needs to work on. Everything, he didn't just bump forward like he used to. He took his time and calculated how many times he's going to go. And he did so well that when he loses the ball, he stayed up there and pressed to make sure that his side, the ball does not go back to his side, which is something that he usually was not doing. When he loses the ball or we get hit with a counter, he's just jogging back, hoping that somebody will cover it. That has always been his issue. But yesterday, watching him, when he loses the ball or we lose the ball in the middle, what he did was he pressed all the way to make sure that the ball was on the other side, on the left side, and then he comes back. Because if he does that, then they don't send the ball to his side. He's covering that space so that they don't launch the ball, especially if Henderson is also out of position. So I'm going to give him, his defensive acumen was on point. Like I said, there's only one time where he fell asleep a little bit. That's something that he still has to work on. And this game, I don't want to be too excited, but I'm excited with what I saw. And if he can continue till the end of the season, next season, we have our trend back. That's all I'm going to say. Good job, Trent. Gomez and Matip. Matip started slow. Gomez was consistent the whole match. Matip, it took him a while, and then he got back to the Matip where when he gets the ball, he could gallop straight through the midfield, causing the defense a lot of troubles since they were playing pragmatic where they basically parked the bus. But with him coming in and dribbling these defenders, he was moving players all over the place. Gomez was just on point. He was calm. It seems like the game has slowed down for him. And one thing that I want to say also is that, well, like I said, where the line was made sense for him. He didn't have to sprint all the way from the other side of the field to the end. Good job to the guys. Milner came in. He did well. We saw Jota. We saw Bobby. You could see these guys are so rusty. Oh, my goodness. They need a couple more matches. I think Klopp needs to find them some friendly matches in the background for them to do because they are very, very rusty. You could see Jota was struggling with pace. The game is still all over too much for him right now. Eventually, it's going to slow down and we will get our boys back. The manager, we got to give what's up to the manager because if he continued this, then I can see changes. Because I did tweet that, yes, he could take responsibility all he wants. But if he takes responsibility and keep doing the same thing, that's the definition of insanity. So I'm very excited with what I saw. I'm hoping that he continues that and doesn't go back to the post-World Cup when, pre-World Cup, we started something nice, and then post-World Cup, he goes right back to the foolishness that he was doing. I'm going to give him my manager, say kudos because of what he's doing. And I hope that he continue. Change the tactics, base it on the team we're playing. Don't just keep the same thing as we go. LFC, we're doing well, from what we hear, some good news is Diaz has started running on his, without any help towards his knee. So they're basically going to get him fit, and eventually he will start doing the lateral movement. That's good news. We saw Virgil on the bench. That means in a couple games, he will be back. I'm glad that he didn't play because he needs as much rest as possible. The next person, I guess, Konate, they say he might be back sooner than expected. Thiago is the one that we don't know yet. They say 4 weeks. It could be sooner or it could be, when they tell us something is always something else. But right now, it's good vibe. We appreciate what the guys did. Anfield was on point. Anfield had these guys back. Anfield was jumping, and you saw it. It moved. Like the energy just went straight to the players. Sometimes the players needs to give the crowd the energy, and sometimes the crowd has to give the players energy. And I think yesterday it was both. Both sides did their job. So kudos to Anfield also. So guys, thank you so much. Please share, subscribe, and like, notification bell. We'll be back on Thursday for the review. EPL, there's some big matches coming up. Of course, Liverpool is going to be playing Newcastle at St. James Park. So that's a big one. And also tomorrow, there's a big one in Emirates, Arsenal versus City. So we will see. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Chrissy Bold. Peace.